got my hangover breath.
That's all right. Squeeze in, Matt. Scoot.
Hey
everybody, and welcome to
another episode.
Another episode, but it's also the.
I was going to say penultimate. Penultimate?
Is that a word? Penultimate?
No, it's not.
The last episode of season 2, episode 60.
It's just actually the ultimate, I guess, isn't it?
The ultimate.
Penultimate and then ultimate?
Yeah, maybe, but then ultimate makes it sound like it's going to be the best one.
This one's going to be bad. I'm really tired and hungover.
It's going to be good.
Yeah. Be positive mindset.
Yeah, let's go. Let's jump in.
We haven't said anything about another episode of Honest to Pod with...
Oh, shit, yeah. Ashley McAllister.
And me, Matthew Ali. And this is episode number...
60.
60.
Yeah.
I never get to the intro. I realise that.
Do you?
No, never. It's not get to, say. That's not like... It's not I never get to. I've just never done it before. Or I haven't done it for a long time.
Oh. Are you saying I monopolise it?
No, I think it's your thing. I think it works. No, it's not. I don't have an issue with it.
Okay, let's try it again. Go from the top.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Honest to Pod with me, Matthew Ali.
And me, Ashley McAllister.
And this is... And this, you do this every time you go. And this is episode 60. 60. And then I go, yay!
Yay! And then our theme tune kicks in.
I can't remember how it goes.
Hi.
What's that noise?
It's the theme tune. The girl goes hi.
Does she?
Yes, so she says hi. The actual track's called Hi, H-I-G-H.
I didn't know she says words.
Yeah, hi. You can actually play it on Spotify.
Yeah, it's a really good song.
It was
I
weird.
can do it on Alexa. I've got an Alexa Dot now. Alexa, play Hi.
It's going to play the Lighthouse Family Hi.
To play a specific song, you'll need to sign up for Amazon Music and
Alexa.
which lets you choose from over
now she's
50
off on
million
one.
songs on this
I said
episode.
Alexa stop last time and she wouldn't
It's free
stop.
for 30 days, and then you'll be
It's a whole
automatically
advert.
charged £3.99 a month.
Chill, Alexa.
Cancel anytime.
Jesus.
Terms in the Alexa.
Oh my
God.
We'll sign you up and play high hopes.
Alexa, off.
Oh, good. I don't like this bitch.
No. You have to be careful because she's always listening, and there's times like, well, when we were watching Schitt's Creek, she kept saying, Alexa, but
Oh, really?
yeah, she'd light up.
Ah.
Yeah.
Jordan was so I was at Jordan's the other day, and he was like, Matt, listen to this. And he goes, Alexa, play fart noises.
Okay, here's Big Fart. That was a funky one. Are you asking me for a squeaky balloon fart? Or say random.
Alexa, play squeaky bum fart.
Here comes a squeaky balloon fart.
So weird.
Oh, Alexa, off.
Hey, what fart would you like?
Ah.
See, you started it now.
Alexa, stop.
Okie dokie.
No, it's gone.
She's such a bitch.
Oh, God.
My mom used to say, fucking hate her. She's such a know-it-all. I'm like, that's her job. Her job is literally to know it all.
Oh, do you have do you watch The Good Place?
No.
It's like, oh, did you not?
No, my housemates didn't try to watch it.
Because it's got Janet on it, who's kind of like that. She's like this all-knowing like thing that.
Is that the one in heaven?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, or the Good Place.
Oh, yeah.
But it turns out to be the bad place. Spoiler alert.
Oh, shit. I'll never watch it now.
No, it's really good.
This Ted Danson and Kristen Bell, and
She's so good.
I like her.
She's so funny.
I remember her from Heroes. I thought she was really good in Heroes.
Heroes?
Yeah, the superhero one.
Heroes was one of the greatest first series of a show to then
So
end on like the worst second series ever. Like, I know there's 3 series, but there's such a drop off.
Yeah.
4 series.
Yeah.
I only watched 3.
Yeah.
Because that was one of the greatest series of all time, wasn't it?
Season 1 was phenomenal.
Unbelievable.
And do you know what I have to say? Season 4 was good. I watched it all because, but yeah, she was in that. She had electricity as a power. Yeah, she was really good.
I always remember Hayden Panettiere.
She was good. That was her big breakout.
Yeah, because she's done things like, she's been like a child actress and stuff
Yeah.
like that. She was just like, and then she was in Nashville. Did you watch Nashville?
No.
That was a good show. But Heroes is amazing.
Hero Season 1 was really, really good. Oh, such a good show. Just the way everything brought. And Zachary Quinto was obviously big in that, and that's his big breakout as well. No, it's such a good show. Speaking of good shows, I yesterday devoured all of season 1 of American Gods on Amazon Prime.
I don't know what it is.
American Gods is a book by do you have a? You might have one of his books up there. I don't see it.
What's his name?
Neil Gaiman or something like that.
Yeah. No. Oh, I don't. You're thinking of the Philip Pullman one there, the His Dark Materials book.
Oh yeah.
I don't have a Neil Gaiman book.
But you know him.
Yeah.
Yeah. He wrote a book, American Gods, which is actually really, really good. And this is a TV show based on it.
Okay.
I don't think the TV show is as good as the book. They never are. But what the TV show does differently is bring in like a subplot, which is actually quite good. So yeah, it was good. It's interesting.
I can't remember the show that I'm watching on Amazon. Did you ever watch The Boys?
No.
That was quite good. It's like superheroes in real life. You'd like it. It's got superheroes in it.
Okay.
They got powers. Yeah. It's really good. Quite interesting. Nudity. So that's always good.
Oh, I'm not a fan.
Of nudity?
Yeah.
Why?
Don't agree with it.
Oh, I like nudity. I like seeing naked men. Not naked women. I'm watching this other show called Working Mums. Have you seen it?
No, just to go back, I don't mind nudity actually.
Oh, that really puts me off. Do you remember when you were a kid and then like nudity would happen? Even now, I say as a kid, as an adult, and you watch it and then like your mum's there.
Oh, awkward.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you'd be like, oh, should I look? And when I was a kid, I used to like look away
Yeah.
when it would happen, or like people kissing, just like not looking. You know.
The most cringiest thing I remember as a kid is, do you ever see the film Cruel Intentions?
I think so.
Yeah. Well, it's a retelling of an old book called Dangerous Liaisons.
Oh yeah.
So I was like, we're watching it, me and my sister at my granny's house. And my granny was like, oh, my sister was like, oh, it's like Dangerous Liaisons, trying to like name drop my sister. That's what she's like. And my granny was like, oh, I'll watch it. And then we started watching it. And it was just so kinky. And then the Selma Blair character, she's like, do you want a blowjob? My grandma was like, well, she was a bit fresh. And I was like, oh my God. At this point, my sister left because she got bored and she left. It was just me and my nan watching it. And I was sitting there like, this is the most awkward moment I think I've ever had in my life. But, hey-ho.
How's your week been, Ashley?
Week has been... I forgot to do the podcast on time. And the thing is, we said it in the episode that was late, which I'm sorry for being late. I sometimes forget to upload it. But it's because we record on a Monday.
Yeah, and it did feel like a Sunday.
Yeah. And yeah, I just in my head had an extra day, but then you messaged me on the Thursday being like, the podcast isn't up. And I'm like, oh, fuck. Yeah, so I did it.
It's because you were just so busy with all of the
unemployedness
things that you've been doing.
I think the unemployed is sort of starting to take its toll on me.
Really?
Yeah. It's just hard whenever nobody else is about. Like, if more people are about during the day and you can go do stuff, you can do stuff.
Yeah.
But when you're not much to do... And you also, I don't want to spend a lot of money at the minute because I'm not having any money coming in.
Yeah, yeah.
So I don't want to go out and do stuff. So, yeah, I've just literally sat and watched TV, read, gone to the gym. Pretty boring.
You went to the gym?
Been to the gym a couple of times.
Okay. Not too sure.
I have not posted about it.
No.
Yeah.
Hadn't heard about it, but yeah.
I went for coffee the other day and I text you, but what do you call her?
Bianca Del Rio.
Bianca Del Rio walked into the Starbucks.
Yeah.
The Starbucks is a celebrity hotspot.
Well, it's right on Shaftesbury Avenue, I guess. Well, who else was there?
Well, I've met Bryan Singer there.
I don't know who that is.
Bryan Singer directed the X-Men films.
Oh, you said this, yeah. And I don't remember who it was.
Yeah. Bohemian Rhapsody.
I haven't watched that.
No, I've not watched either. To be fair, we should, because it's quite a big film for...
Well, some people said it doesn't really... A lot of the gay people don't like it because they feel like they underplay or hide a lot of the gay parts of Freddie Mercury.
No, maybe. I don't know.
I haven't seen it.
I haven't seen it. But yeah, pretty quiet week. I'm trying to think what else I've done this week. American Gods, Stephen Fry book. No, I'm flying home on Wednesday coming up, so yeah. No, what about you?
Well, it ended up being quite quiet because I thought I had loads of plans and stuff. And then, I didn't have too much to do. It's just been really quiet. We had rugby last game of the season yesterday.
Yeah.
which was not. It's so tough because we're going to lose every single game this season, which is really frustrating after winning so much. So that's a bit annoying. And then we had the Christmas party.
Yeah.
So the theme was dressing up as K, something beginning with K, X, or S, because that's kind of like our abbreviation or initials, whatever. But I didn't dress up. It was good. Pop music, a little drink. Because I'm still on like skinny drinks. I had like, and they didn't have any soda water, so I was having like a double shot vodka with like a bottle of sparkling water.
Oh.
It was really bland.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had a good old dance, which was really nice. Yeah, that was good. No boys.
No?
Not really, no.
Interesting.
Yeah, there's someone that I've always liked, actually. And they're always in relationships. You know, that person's just always in a relationship.
Those people are the worst.
And years and years ago, right, when I was single, he was like, oh, and this is the only opportunity I really had a message being like, oh, like, do you want to have a threesome? And I was like, Jordan, what do I do? You know, so I was like, because this is years ago. I must have been like 23, 24, maybe, like, yeah. And, you know, still like nearly gay, whatever, you know. I was like, what do I do? He's like, you need to go for it. And I was like, okay. And then his boyfriend wasn't into it. And I was like, oh man. Yeah.
That sucks.
Yeah, it really sucked. And he's still really handsome now. He's in a relationship again.
For fuck's sake.
Yeah.
That I know?
No.
No.
Yeah.
Not for my circuit.
No. But no. Apart from that, pretty good. Pretty good overall. Looking forward to Christmas. I was sitting at home the other day and I was really struggling to get like presents and stuff. And then I just took an hour, banged out everything, got all my gifts just on like Amazon and whatever. And they all came. Those 3 things.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
You seem to buy yourself something as well.
I was on ASOS again, right? And they had a special deal on shoes. So I bought 2 pairs of boots. I've been talking about boots for ages. I really wanted them. And I was a bit like, oh, I don't know. Didn't find the pair that I want. But I got 2 pairs of boots and a pair of trainers for like £86.
That's really good.
Like,
it's almost a crime not to get that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The pairs of boots were just because it was the discount. Plus, if you put this code in for this one day, you get an extra 20% off. So, like, both the boots were 50% off plus 20% off of that half price. So if it was like 100, they were 120 quid, and I got it for like £40 for one of them, which is really good.
Yeah.
Really, really good.
Did you buy some sports shoes that you said you needed?
No.
Oh. Okay.
Do you know why? Because they're really expensive.
Well, remember I told you that link where they were like...
They weren't that nice.
What? They're like one of the best sports shoes about.
They weren't that
you didn't
nice.
even look at them.
No, I didn't.
Yeah.
I didn't. I was busy that day.
Yeah.
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 We haven't really decided to talk about a particular subject. We're just going to wrap up kind of how this year's been, I think.
Yeah.
Start thinking about next year.
Yeah. I was going to say that somebody I don't know or never met before in my life messaged me on Facebook this week just to say that I was really cute and asked if I want to go for a coffee with them.
In London?
Yeah.
You going to go?
I did.
You met them?
Yeah.
How was it?
It was different. Like I made it clear like before we met that I'm not looking for anything.
God, but you don't need to do that. You don't need to jump into it. Listen, bitch.
Before
you put a ring on it, like he's like, listen, I just thought you were cute, bitch, and you're like, look, I need to let you know something.
Well, no, but I mean, if he's at the stage of asking me to spend time,
marry
together,
you,
spend time together, you want to make sure that you're not leading them on in any way.
After the date.
Yeah, but then it sounds like you're letting them down.
No,
it does. No, you be up front. I'd be like, look,
you don't need to say that.
You don't need to, but you can. It's not bad to say it.
It's a bit unnecessary. It's a bit forward.
So it was messaging somebody you don't know on Facebook.
So what did you say to him?
I just said, oh, well, he said, oh, I'm not going to read message for message, but I just said, yeah, I'd love to meet you for a coffee, but just to full disclosure, I'm not looking for anything serious at the minute. So, and he goes, cool. I said, let's just meet for a coffee and see where it goes.
So a date, so then?
Not really a date. More like a screening.
Okay. Will you see him again?
I said to him I would, yeah.
But you haven't spoken since?
No, he messaged today asking if I want to go to the cinema, actually, tonight.
Oh, you should go.
I can't tonight.
You literally have nothing to do. That's the dogs.
The dog. I have to go home and feed the dog.
Oh, sorry, yeah.
So yeah, no.
You should ask him over to help look after the dog.
I have to start packing for Ireland.
God, 3 days in advance.
No, we'll see. We'll see. I don't know. But yeah, that's the only other thing I forgot to mention happening this week.
That's good. I had a date on Friday, it was good. It was nice. Not probably. We plan to see each other again. So we'll see how that goes.
That's good. Somebody new?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Nice.
The year of the hoe continues.
Well, I mean, it is.
So if you want to talk about how's your year been, Ashley?
Oh, okay, we're jumping right into it. My year's been alright. Ups and downs, I'd say. First half of the year, I say, has been really good.
When did you move back again?
August. So the second half of the year.
Your London life's been really good.
No, it's not. We've talked about it so many times. I won't go over it again. I've struggled quite a lot with. When I first got here, I took some time off work, and then I got the job. Really liked the job, and then just. You're asking me at a time where I've not had work for like 3 or 4 weeks.
Yeah, maybe in a down moment.
I'm definitely in a down moment. So I just, I don't know.
But then even in those instances, it might be good to reflect on some of the things that actually were good for the year, you know?
Yeah, no, of course. So obviously, I don't know why my Oyster card is just falling out of my pocket. But the fact that I moved back to London was a big goal of mine. So I've got to take that one off. I get to see all my friends, who I've missed for years. Of course, with that, I mean, I do miss Mickey and Tilly and all my friends over home for coffee and stuff, and I know they're all excited. Like Tilly's like, it's only 2 more days, we get to go for coffee, and I'm like, yay! So I'm excited about that. We're going home for Christmas. It's good. It's the other thing as well is I was making such good progress with my gym at the start of the year, and then because I've fallen off my whole routine, it's depressing for me now to be unfit and start to put on weight again, and it's just like, oh my god. So yeah, it has been literally a year of high and lows, but focus on the positives. I'm glad to be back in London. I'm glad to be back in my career when I'm in my career. I'm more excited about the new year when I get a proper job, get back into a routine.
Yeah,
I'm sort of spending my time at the minute planning for that. Redoing my CV. So I don't really going back to the point where I was saying to the guy, I don't really have time to. I want to focus on my friendships.
Yeah,
because I'm like, for when I moved away, a few of my good friends moved away at the same time, and we've all moved back just coincidentally at roughly the same time.
Same year for sure.
Yeah, we all moved away in 2016. We all moved back 2019. It's all right. And one thing I was just chatting to one of them today about is like our little circle of friends is sort of not the same. And I know with time people grow apart and grow, but it's sort of, I just think it's because none of it, we've all come back and we've all got different agendas to focus on for ourselves and our personal growth. I just think it's been hard to get people to rally up, but what me and this guy said, like, in 2020 is going to be our year. We're going to get our little group back together, and I'm going to try and reignite some of our things that we did more often. Like every Friday, we'd always go for a drink after work. We'll try and do that again.
I mean, that's difficult though, because to try and get back, it almost needs to be a new thing, right? If you're saying like, are you going to go try and get back what you had? It's not really the same, isn't it?
Well, no, it's we're not trying to like get back to what we were, but Let's
go to heaven every Friday. Let's be young again.
No, people go for drinks.
Yeah, for
it's
sure.
Just the good starting line is to let's meet up more regularly, because that's how we'll get our connection again. And we've already discussed about going away, because we used to go away all the time.
Yeah, I never got invited.
Well, I'll invite you this time.
Can't go actually.
What holiday do you have left? 2020.
God, no holiday.
No.
Literally no holiday left. Next year's going to be wicked.
Yeah. We're going to, well, back to me. We're we're planning to go on Berlin trip.
Oh, Berlin's supposed to be so good.
It's only a weekend, so maybe you can't come.
Yeah, I really want to go to Berlin.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be really good. It's not that expensive.
No, we're going super gay though.
Yeah, why wouldn't you?
Well, I'm just saying that's what we're doing.
I think you should be scared of that.
I am scared of that. Like, I've heard scary tales of people queuing up for hours to get into this club.
Yeah, well, I was going to say, like, there's no way you'd do that.
Well, no, it's not for me. But I mean, if we're going away for somebody's birthday or something like that, then I don't have a choice. But they're like, one of the things, after queuing for hours to get into this club, you get turned away because you don't have any leather. And I'm like, what?
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm ready for that.
Well, I know someone who's just been.
I'll get a little leather wrist strap. Like, I
guess a leather trousers, little leather shorts, and they waited 2.5 hours to get in the queue. He said it was the best night he's pretty much ever had, and he was there until like 7 a.m. Then they went home, had a little sleep, and went back at midday on Sunday.
Yeah,
that's fucked.
Yeah. Well, the dinner party last week, they were talking about all the different stuff you can do, and I was just like, I won't be able to keep up.
I think now, after going to I think I mentioned a fetish night in London over the summer, and it wasn't really that hot. But I'd like to be able to have my fun and stuff. I think I'd have to take Viagra, because I wouldn't naturally get aroused in that situation. It's not arousing to me.
Yeah,
you know, I don't find this room of people attractive.
No,
you know, so and maybe and because I'm so nervous as well,
I'd find it more the opposite. It's very off-putting.
I think it can be hot. I think you just have to get into it. From outside, it can be quite intimidating. But I imagine that once you're in it,
yeah,
all those feelings will take over.
Yeah, maybe.
That's how I think. So I've definitely been in darkrooms and stuff, whatever, and but
I've never.
Such a liar.
I have never.
You are you to drink. never have I ever lied like a little bitch.
I've never been in a dark room.
You are chatting shit.
When have I been in a dark room?
XXL, everyone's been in a dark room.
I've never been in the dark room. Never.
You are lying, bitch.
I'm not lying.
You joking?
I would tell you if I'd been there. I've never been. The closest thing I've been into a dark room is that time in Brussels where we were all downstairs in that kink room for the kangaroo court.
During the day when it was unused.
Yeah, and they're like, you have to get up at 4 o'clock because people, unless you want to stay and take your clothes off. And I'm like, it's 3:59, people. Let's get out of here. Never been in a dark room.
What?
Yeah.
Because I would do those situations. I think I said before, one time me and my friend Ben Russell, we tried to get into a place, but they didn't let us in.
Really?
Yeah, it was the Hoist in Vauxhall. And we were drinking in his house, and we were like, should we go there? We were like, no. Then we drank a little bit more, and then we were like, okay, let's go. But there's a no close rule there.
Yeah.
So then we got to the land, they're like, oh, now no one else is coming in. And we were like, thank fuck.
When I was a student, my friends were like, should we go try a sauna out? And I was like, no. And then similar story, we're like trying to egg ourselves on. Then we went to this club afterwards, and I'm like, should we go into the sauna? It's just next door. And I was like, right, let's try it then. And then we got to the door, and the lady's like, sorry guys, lesbian night tonight. And I was like, yes, let's go home.
We should go to sauna next year. Not me and you, actually. I might go with Jordan. I've never been to a sauna.
Oh, you'd go with Jordan, not me?
100%.
Why?
I need to be supported along. I don't need to be supporting you, okay?
Right, fair.
You know what I mean? I need someone a bit more forward.
I probably wouldn't go anyway. I'd probably be all talk in the day. I'll be like, oh, I've eaten some gluten. I don't want to go all bloated. Yeah, so...
Berlin will be good, though. That'd be really nice.
Yeah, we'll see. Nothing's planned, nothing dates or anything. It's just blah, blah, blah. People have said it. Yeah, what else?
So if you talk about... We'll say with 2019, just remember, what was the best thing you think that's happened so far? Is there something in particular that stands out in your mind that you just really, really enjoyed? It could be more than one thing.
To me, moving back to London is a big thing. That's such a big tick and such a nice...
Had you been thinking about it for a long while?
Since I moved back to Ireland. It's about 3 years, yeah.
You always knew you were going to come back?
Sort of, yeah. I don't want to say I always knew, because obviously I was in a relationship over in Ireland, and there was...
Well, depending on how that goes, I guess.
It was. But I sort of, every time I came back from London, I always fall into this big slump. And I sort of knew in my heart of hearts that I wanted to come back. And I felt like the job I had in Ireland was great. It just didn't pay very well, but I still loved it. And it, gave me a lot of flexibility, gave me as much time as I needed to get into a really good gym routine. And I made some really, really great friends in Ireland as well, which I didn't know before. I knew of, but I didn't really know them that well before I moved away. So like the time at home, even though it was, like I said, the minute I got there, I not wanted me back, but thought about moving back. It wasn't wasted. Like I don't feel like 3 years of being for nothing. I got some great experience in a different field at work, and I made some great friends. Got to chill out as a human because London is very stressful, and I got to spend a lot of time. And I just really enjoyed it. Like you used to say all the time, like Sundays you like to like go for a walk on the beach, and it's like I did. I loved that. I loved having that ability just to jump in the car and drive to the beach and get a coffee and walk up and down and get my feet wet. I think it's brilliant. I can't wait till you come visit.
Do you know what I started doing?
What's this?
I started walking.
That's good.
Yeah. So I say I've started to. I've done it 3 times now, where I'd walk to work.
Yep.
From here, because
it's a nice walk.
Yeah, like Tower Hill, and you walk along the river. I go that way, to London Bridge, and it's not bad. It isn't that bad at all. Do
you put like headphones on and listen to a podcast or?
Yeah. I listened to music the other day, so I don't really listen to music that much, but every now and again you realise music's so much fun. And yeah, I listened to music the other day.
What was I watching yesterday? And they talked about music, or was it this morning? I was watching something and how they're talking about how music is easily one of the oldest forms of art, but it's something that is just awesome. I can't remember what it was. And how are humans the only people to appreciate music? But we're not, because you can train birds to beat, but then they can't differentiate
what enjoyment is.
Yeah, or there's like I remember after what it was, but literally music is phenomenal.
It can evoke so many feelings in you, and it can really turn you around.
Yeah,
and you can't. And some people say that like there are some people that say they don't like music, but there can't be. I believe it. There can't be no form of music that you don't like.
Yeah,
you'll find a sound because it's so different and so varied as well. Plus, it's a lot of it is like memories and reminiscent. Yeah. So I mean, I don't listen to new music that much. I definitely listen to music I listened to growing up.
Yeah.
A lot of R&B and stuff like that, and I just it brings around a lot of good feelings.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like going for walks.
That's good. What about you? What about your 2019? What's been big and happening?
This has been a good year. Yeah. This has been such a good year for me. After last year was definitely the toughest year of my life, I would say. Ending a relationship with someone that was, who was so important to me. Yeah. Having to move back home and then moving to this house now, having for the first time, my own room, like in my own house. And then I remember how lonely that felt. This was last year.
Yeah.
I really struggled with like feelings of loneliness, which I'd never had before, ever. Because my house is always so full. I've got all my brothers, my mum, people were always in and out. It was such a busy house. And then this year, like everything changed from when I went to that ski trip.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the beginning of the year was still a little bit rough, but it started to feel a bit better. And then I went on that ski trip and my life changed.
Yeah.
It's so crazy. I had one of the best weeks of my life. Like it was just, do you remember when I came back, how happy I was?
Yeah.
And that week I just skied, drank, played games, had fun, had my little holiday romance. Like it was just the most perfect week that worked out exactly as nothing could have made it better or worse. Like it was just one of the best experiences ever. And then ever since then, like it's just been, everything has been incredible since then.
That's good.
Yeah, it's been amazing. And like, I did start it in November, but I'm starting to reap the benefits of therapy, which I've been openly, about.
Yeah. I was going to ask, when did you start therapy? Because I imagine your mindset is a big thing in that.
Yeah, I started in November last year. So it was the end of November, so I think I had like 3 or 4 sessions before the end of the year. But yeah. Most of the changes happened really this year.
Yeah.
And something I still do now. I don't do it as frequently as I did before because I don't really need to have a session every week.
No.
But that and exercise have been the key contributors to the way that I see things and the way that I behave. But yeah, 2019, that ski trip, is definitely the highlight of this year for sure.
Yeah.
Because it was like the catalyst for everything afterwards.
Yep.
For sure. I was in like I was only in pure joy that week. It was just incredible. And
what's interesting is because most people come back from a holiday or a trip and they have a come down, but you've come back and you've just extended that enjoyment for the rest of the year.
I mean, well, to be honest, with holidays in general, I've never been the kind of person to be like, oh, I wish it was last week again. I've always been able to say that was enjoyable. On to the next one.
Yeah.
About things. And I would say most aspects of my life, I was never very much the in the moment kind of person, except for holidays. But now I'm able to take the enjoyment in individual situations and take them for what they are, you know, not expect more. And that's really showed in like my experiences with men. And like, you know, I've never had more sex ever.
Boom.
Like crazy. And not just sex though, but realizing the kind of relationships that I like to have. Because, you know, we've all tried them, like hookups, for example, you know, like, I just haven't, you know, and a couple of times, you know, in the moment ones, that I've realized is definitely not for me.
Yeah.
You know, like, I need to have felt or formed some sort of connection, if it's like personality-wise or just really attracts them, or something that's more than just...
transactional.
Yeah.
You need a spark. You need something that has some sort of bond or chemistry. Like it's hard to enjoy something that you have no connection with.
I think for us, and I think it's different for different people. Yeah. But I think for you and I, we're quite similar in that respect. Like, it's not just, and not to say that I don't, although I haven't had a hookup in ages. It's been like, you know, actually trying to understand a person, get to know each other a bit better, sort of thing, which I really appreciated. And I made some really nice connections. Yeah. But overall, this year has been absolutely excellent, and I just can't wait for next year, honestly.
Yay!
Yeah, it's been incredible.
Any moments ski trip, is it a big moment that stood out for the year, or was it me moving back that stood out for you the most this year?
That might be one of the lows. Yeah, now I have to see you every single Sunday. Wow. Every single Sunday. That's mad.
That's good though, right?
Mm-hmm.
I do notice that you don't ask me to do anything anymore.
What do you
mean? We don't hang out. Like, we just do this and then that's it. I used to see you like 2 or 3 times a week sometimes. We're like, oh, let's go for dinner.
When we're doing the podcast?
No, before I moved away.
Well, I see you every Sunday.
I know, that's what I'm saying. This is all we do.
Oh my goodness. Are we having this argument now? Okay.
No, but I'm just saying, like, it is. We used to see each other so often.
I will say that I don't know who I spend my time with, to be honest. Because it might be the same, say even with like Jordan and stuff. I guess maybe I need to put a bit more time the next year into my closest friends. You know, that might be a thing for next year, because this year has been, I would say that I've been, not loads of new people, but like there's definitely like new relationships that I've had, you know, with people. And I was trying to make more of an effort to, I don't want to say find new friends, but if I meet someone that I enjoy spending time with, or, there's people that you like. Yeah. Exploring those sort of relationships. Whereas before, I would only stick to the 3 or 4 people that I know, and then that's what happened at the end of last year. Though, once I'd broken up with Adam and I moved here, I felt like I didn't have. I mean, you hadn't moved here. I wasn't seeing Jordan. Drew wasn't here. I felt like I didn't have friends, actually. Yeah. You know,
none of us lived here.
Yeah. And Jordan was in Eastbourne at the time.
Yeah.
And so. And then, talking to therapy and stuff, we were talking about it, and it's about like the fact that I never really reached out to new people. I wouldn't text, people from the rugby team who wasn't you 3 or 4 people to do stuff. So I ended up staying in. Friday night was my night in, really, because I ended up doing that.
Kabbalah.
Every Friday, boy. I miss them Fridays still. Like, yeah, because this year is the opposite. Now, like, I don't have time for myself, and a couple of weeks ago I was feeling really run down and quite down, because I was just like, it didn't click that I hadn't made any time for myself, kind of thing. So maybe that's what next year is, more about those existing connections,
Maybe.
But I see you enough, to be honest. We talk a lot.
And we have the pub quiz sometimes.
Yeah.
But no, not really any Matt and Ash time.
Do you not feel that way?
No, I don't think so.
All right, we need to get a date then, don't we?
Yeah, I don't, like we've not, like, when's the last time the 2 of us just gone for drinks?
We went to the show, the concert.
We didn't have drinks, so I asked, let's go for drinks. She's like, I don't want to go for drinks.
What, at the end?
Yeah.
It was 11 o'clock, bitch.
It was about 9.
Are you mad?
The play started at 7. It did not last 4 hours.
Are you talking about the O2?
No, I'm talking about the play.
Oh. What play was it?
The really bad one.
Oh, Afterglow.
Yeah.
What, when all of us were there?
Yeah. We walked past the pub, and I was like, "Oh, should we go to drink?" No.
It was the middle of the week, bitch. I ain't going for no drink at 9:30 on a fucking Wednesday.
Right. Well, that's the attitude we need to change, I think.
What? Is there anything that happened like this year that you think... I don't like to live in regrets, right? I never really regret decisions or things that I make. But do you think there's anything that maybe this year maybe wasn't ideal, or, you know, if you could do differently, you might, you know?
No, I don't really. I don't know. Nothing that sticks out in my head.
I guess in your head, because you think you always do everything great and everything's
Oh,
perfect.
wow. What a
yeah,
dig.
you don't make no mistakes, boy.
What a dig. No, not that I don't make mistakes. I'm just so used to making the most out of every situation.
Why don't you reflect? Just
On what? I don't know. What have I done this year that's...
Yeah, like what's not gone so well, would you say? If you don't mind me asking.
I don't mind you asking. I guess work's not gone that well. But I don't look at that as a bad thing. It made me look at myself and I've learned a lot. I've trusted some bad people.
This year?
Yeah, for work.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I won't go into the details on this, but...
No.
But yeah, you know,
in the actual work or like a job opportunities?
In industry, yeah. When people, for example, before I moved back, people were like, I was like, oh yeah, one of my big concerns with moving back is fitting back into the system. Like, I don't know how my skills I've achieved working in my job in Ireland, which was B2B marketing, small business, client side, how that's going to add to my experience on my CV before, which is all B2C, like business to consumer, general advertising. Like, I don't know how about it. And then, you know, I've had 2 or 3 people say to me who work in the industry, I'll get you sorted. Don't worry about this. I got you covered. And there's now times, and we've chatted about it. We chatted in Dublin, this guy face to face, and it was like, don't worry, I'll get you a job easily. This will be your day rate. And I'm like, oh wow, are you sure? That's a high day rate. I wouldn't expect that. He goes, yeah, but your experience is really good. I'm like, oh cool. Like, since I come back, when we move back, he goes, we need to get you sorted with a job. I'm like, yeah, let's meet up. And then he goes, look, I don't think I can really. We don't hire day rate, like, freelancers. And I'm like, but we spoke about this. Like, again, I'm not saying it's his, like, I made the decision to move back, but I don't know. And then, again, whenever I said before, I was like, my contract's coming to an end, and he was like, and the company he works for advertised that they needed people at my level, and I was like, oh, I seen this on your job, and he goes, yeah, but it's not freelance. You want to do freelance? And I'm like, yeah. And he goes, well, let me see what I can do. There's potentially a freelance job working on this client, and I'm like, cool. Should we talk about it? Or he goes, leave it with me. And then I message him and be like, should we talk about it? Message tomorrow. Oh, can we talk about it? No reply. And then I've stopped chasing him, and then he messaged me literally yesterday. Yesterday. Saying we still need to talk about this job. And I'm like, bitch.
What are you doing, boy?
Yeah, I know. I don't know, things like that. And like another person I used to work with owns a company. They're like, if you move back to London, you've always got a job. And I'm like,
hey,
I'm back in London, and you literally ignore my messages.
Been there for 4 months now. Hey.
So like, it makes me. It's made me learn. Like, but again, like me not having a job is down to me. Like, it's my own. Like, I can't hold anyone else to blame. It's my, like, it's me in the power. But I wouldn't look at that as a negative. It's taught me about relationships with people, or not to mix friendship with work. You know, I always take something out of situations.
Yeah, for sure.
So
I guess that's what I mean, really, because I don't want to say like negative, or, you know, because you're saying it's highs and lows for like the year or whatever. Yeah, if there's anything,
the lows are more mood things. Like, at the minute, I'm just a bit, not, I wouldn't say I'm depressed, but I'm just a bit in a slump because I don't know, I don't really want to go to the gym because I don't go to work. I don't know, it feels weird. Everything's just not.
it's about that routine that you're saying, though, isn't it? You know,
a lot, yeah.
And work helps you have that routine already because you have to go in to get paid.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So like that's already preset, so then you can work things around it. But if you don't have a preset routine, then you have to really push to do your own routine. But then you almost have to find a purpose to get out of bed.
Well, yeah, that's the big thing. Like the other day, I didn't get out of bed till like 12 o'clock, and Dave was working from home, and he's like, "Oh, look, he's finally got up." I'm like, "Yeah, I know it's bad." And in your head, you're like, "I'll get up," and then you just like I was researching yesterday things to do to make you get a better routine. It's like I'm not going to have my phone in my room anymore, like things like that. I mean, I'll never not have my phone in my room, but like I do notice when I'm not at work, the first thing I do is pick up my phone and look at this, look at Instagram. Then I'm on a YouTube video about this, and like I watched a YouTube video this morning. Not in the mornings, it's more evenings.
Okay.
I'm an evening guy.
I like a morning one.
No, I don't really. I
get tired in the evening.
Oh no, it's the best way to get to sleep.
People say that. I don't think so.
Oh, it is, yeah.
I'm wide awake. Like, I'm panting already because, mine are quite vigorous. I'm joking.
Is that like the crack behind
you got stretch? Yeah.
Now, what would you, not regrets, but anything from the year that you think, oh, this is...
Yeah, there's definitely a few situations that I just didn't handle very well. I think that earlier on and I don't know if you remember this. Do you remember I was talking about a particular friend that I needed to sort of not spend time with anymore?
Yes, I know two people, but one of them I think is
probably both in fact. There was an issue with like my brother and stuff.
Yeah.
Where I just think that like I definitely could have. I'm not exactly sure how, but I just know that I did my part to play in those situations. I know I could have dealt with differently, knowing what I know now, kind of thing. One in particular, I just shouldn't have let myself get so far deep into a situation. But that I haven't really, I guess, come to a conclusion in my mind about how I would have dealt with any of these situations that were quite similar, where maybe I just needed to separate myself. I find it really difficult to separate myself from certain situations. Anyway. Yeah. Like I don't easily do that. I definitely pine over things quite a lot.
See, I'm exactly the opposite. If I'm just like, oh, snip, gone.
No, I don't do that.
And you're like, maybe stringing at threads, and I said, don't waste your time.
Yeah.
Like honestly, there's no.
But it's unfortunate because like in some of these situations, you do lose. I think I'm quite. I said what cognizant is the word of like. I don't want to lose more time in certain situations because I think about like one of the great things is going on holiday with my mum and my nephew and my little brother, because I've never spent time with my nephew, for example.
Yeah.
And the relationship with my mum is the best thing that's happened about this year. Because of my mindset, and our relationship is really strong, and after all the years it's been quite difficult. I lost time in those situations. So I think sometimes I'll hold on to things because I'm trying to make, in a way, trying to make the most of the time that we have, but then it's not having a positive effect on me.
Yeah.
But
again, like, with your mom, it's different because it's a great example, but probably the bad example to use against friends, because she's always going to be your mom. Do you know what I mean? And putting the extra time and effort in makes sense because it's a parent or a family member. When it comes to friends or speech, inverted commas, friends, there's a reason and season for friends.
Well, to me, and growing up, and maybe it's because I've always tried to keep distance, and that was one of the issues I had with my family. I was always a strong believer that you make the family, that just because you're a family doesn't mean I need to hold you differently than someone else, right?
Yeah. Because
we're related. Our relationship is our relationship. So it might be a negative thing. And this year I started looking more into like family as a concept, because we've never really had a family concept. I've never held true to it. Like, this is my family. It's important because they're my family. Mm-hmm. Does that make sense?
No, yeah. I guess I'm the same. Like our family, I'd say our family's not the closest.
Mm.
Like we could all be in the same house and all of us just be quite happy sitting in a separate room. I mean, when I lived there, I tried to get more people together, start playing board games, and we've started to be a bit closer.
Mm.
Yeah.
So no, that were some of the challenges, I guess, really, because, I just didn't handle myself particularly well. And there's something that I'm finding out about myself where and this will be in particular with guys, I guess. Like, I'll really like someone, and I'll like them, and then I'll start to, I'd say, obsess actually about the ones that don't feel the same way.
Mm-hmm.
So almost like unrequited like affection or something, and then I start losing my mind, behaving really stupidly.
Yeah.
And just being like, just not someone that I like about myself. And I think that's something that I just want to sort of like try to get a grip on. I know after everything that I feel like I've won this year in terms of understanding myself and handling situations and being better, it's something that I haven't really got a full grasp on. So I need to try and figure that out. Is how I didn't know that I wanted people more if they didn't want me back, which is typical, isn't it? Like, it's so stupid, and I didn't realize that. But the ones that don't want me are the ones that I want more.
Yeah,
it's bullshit. It's bullshit.
It's mad.
Yeah.
But I think that's common for everyone.
Yeah, I didn't think that was about myself though.
But it's all about how you can just not just move on.
Yeah. And I can't.
You have to.
This is what I need to try and figure out how to do. I think for next year because. That's the next step. That's one of the only things where I feel like I haven't really progressed. If someone doesn't like me, I should just kind of let it be, really.
Well, look at the example I gave last week when me and you just chatting. We didn't record about it. Where I met this guy. We'd met twice and we were planning to meet, remember? And then he just messaged the next day saying, oh, I think we should be friends. And I was like, okay, bye.
Yeah.
Like, all right. And I liked him. But it was just a whole weird scenario. And it was, he just messaged. We had a really good time at the cinema. We met a couple of times before that. Went to the cinema. We're supposed to meet again on the Saturday. And he just messaged Saturday morning, like 6 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, it was weird.
Being like, hey, I've got a cold, so I can't do later on, but I think we should just be friends. I was like, all right, well, I'm not going to sit and question it. Like, I'm not going to sit and beg for you to come meet me later on. Like, okay, bye. But
I'd sit there and then think about messaging them and stuff. And I might not. In the old days, I would have just done it immediately. And now, but then even then, I still think about it.
Well, that's what I wanted to message back because I'm a bit of a last word freak.
Yeah, definitely.
I am 100%.
Yeah, that's definitely.
Yeah. So I like to have the last word. So I did message back, and I was just in these scenarios, I like to just be very matter of fact. So I was like, "Sorry to hear. Hope you get better soon. Okay, bye." That's literally the text message back.
And then he was like, "Hey, bye," and you're like,
"No, bye." And he was like, "Yeah, okay, enjoy your day." And I'm like, "No, you enjoy your weekend." Yeah. We're still texting now. It's like, no. Yeah, no, I don't know. I don't. Yeah. But I've not given it a second thought. I mean, there's times I'm like, "Oh, I did like him," but oh well. Like, I can't make somebody like me.
It still doesn't get me because I still see myself as someone who's really attractive and attainable. No, and I mean that as a good thing. What are you laughing? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no.
So but then, also, it questions and I thrive off my confidence. I've always said it in my therapist.
Confidence is an attractive trait.
Yeah. But it's what drives me as a person, right? So my driver is my confidence, and I don't know if you said it too much, but people have said it my close friends were like, "You're delusional," and I'm like, maybe I am in some aspects. No, Jordan says it all the time. He says I'm delusional about a lot of situations, like how good I am at things or whatever. And I might well egg on the positive parts that I like about myself and kind of not talk about the negative parts. But my self-esteem is what keeps me going.
Yeah.
Right? Which is, that drives me. So then, when someone doesn't want me, it affects that. Right? So maybe I'm not as attractive as I thought, or something like that. They're the thoughts that go in my head. So then I'm almost I want to prove to myself and them that I am actually, in this instance, as attractive as
you think you are.
I think I am. Yeah.
I think to me in those scenarios as well, what I usually go back in because you're not going to be everyone's type.
No.
And just because you fancy them doesn't mean they're going to fancy you. And that's not to say you're unattractive. You're just not for them. Like that's the mentality you have to.
Yeah.
So stop looking at it as or maybe I'm not good enough. It's more of we're just not right, and that's okay.
And it happens in most situations. I just think there's those few instances where you just shit, man, I'm reverting back to what I was like before, kind of thing. But it's not a problem. It's not an issue. It's just where I'd like to sort of continue to to develop.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. It's not, I don't feel like it's something that's holding me back like it was before.
No.
For sure.
That's sometimes I think with mental health and things I've sometimes struggled with is you sometimes forget to remember stuff that you know is good for you because you're so caught up in the bad moment.
It's crazy.
And your brain just goes. Your brain knows better, but it's too focused on the stuff that makes you feel bad to remember the stuff that you should be thinking to make yourself feel better.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. In the couple of weeks ago where I just didn't make any time for myself, it didn't really dawn on me. And then I was having therapy and I was like, God, I've been down like the past couple of weeks. And I was like, I'm really irritable. I was really irritable and quite short and I couldn't figure out why. And then she was asking me questions. I was like, shit, it must have been like 21 days in a row or something, done something every single day and not had a moment. And I was just like, and then, work every day and then all these sorts of things where it's just like, I just felt like I was being drained and being pulled to each side and stuff. And I was like, I need to slow down.
I don't know if I told you, but one of our listeners messaged to say that they really like the fact that we talk about mental health so much because I think it's very overlooked. They said how they had struggled themselves and had to get some therapy. And they just liked how open we talked about it.
That's good. It's really important to me now. It's something that I've realised this year after realising that I struggled with it for like 2 years.
Yeah.
And now, I see it as like exercise. I need to train my way of thinking to... You have to work hard to be happy in a way.
Yeah.
Like
happiness just...
I have to focus on it.
Fall on your lap.
Yeah. And I have to try and take the moments that, you really have to like embrace those... I know it sounds weird and it sounds basic, but you really have to embrace like the good moments
100%.
as much as you can, and then take the blows and really like and take them and adapt. You know, and maybe we said it on the recent podcast, and I keep saying it recently, but I really struggle to understand the people that don't do that. And there are people that would be like a lot older than us, and it'd be like the workplace. Those individuals that have been in the same role and they want to do more, and then I've like progressed, say, more than some of the people professionally and developed and gotten job roles and stuff. Because I feel like I'm developing as a person. And then there's a few of us, of a similar age that have done that. But then there are people that have been, in the same role for like 10 years. Maybe not in the company I'm in, but in other companies. And they want to do more, but they can't. And then I know them and I'm like, I can see that they don't take on feedback. They don't take on growth.
No.
And I'm just like, you have to be able to take those blows and develop.
100%. I think you need to... My mentality, my mantra for 2020 is I need to be my own hero. Like I need to be the person I want to be. So
I don't have a mantra. But after last week when you said, what is my goal for next year? And I said, I don't really have a goal because it's going to be next year. I do have a goal.
Oh, let's hear it.
So...
Did I say that last week?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Because I don't really do like...
Oh, yes, we talked... Yeah.
Yeah.
And I said I want to be more grateful. And, yeah.
My goal is to give more time to others in terms of volunteering.
Oh, you said that last week.
Yeah. Oh, good. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, because my brother's been volunteering for like the past 5-6 years, if not longer, and he'd said he believes that everyone should be able to volunteer.
Yeah.
In our positions for sure. And I was like, it's been sitting with me for a while. And next year's gonna be really busy. Like I've already got all my holiday booked. I want to keep busy and going. But in my head, I was like, and I said to him, and he said it's a great mentality to have. I was like, because next year's gonna be so busy, I need to make time to give to others because I can.
Yeah.
Like I do have the time. It's not that, because it's busy, I should have less time. I need to really make sure that I commit to it because it needs to form a part of like my routine and actually give it. But I think it's important to be able to do that. So that's one thing that I'm going to really commit to do. But I'm going to start with what he does, which is Magic Me. I have like an overwhelming fear of like my mortality. And he works with old people in care homes, and he's experienced it a lot. People that he's formed relationships with, right? And he's told me about them, and I was like, I don't know how I would deal with that because I'm almost afraid of old people.
Yeah. So
I kind of want to face it head on as well. They have like, with elderly people, there's issues with, loneliness and, their family don't go and see them and making connections. And he does that. And I think it's an amazing thing. So I'd like to do that.
Yeah.
See how that goes. If that doesn't work out, maybe it doesn't connect. I think somewhere along like counseling or something, listening to other people's issues and stuff after. So I think I do have a skill for that. And I think that mental well-being and having the ability to talk, I think is really, really important for individuals.
People to listen is very good, because a lot of people, I think, out there don't think there's people about to listen to them. Like, why should I burden you with my problems?
Yeah.
But I like hearing, like you always say as well, I always give like unwarranted advice, or I'm the worst bad. But one thing everybody's ever said is, why do people, like Mickey always says, why do people come to you with your problems? I'm like, because I like listening to them. Like, it genuinely is. I do like, and it's not like about gossip or going back and telling to other people. It's about liking to, just the sad, because I've been through therapy myself, and
You have been.
Yeah. When I was younger, yeah. It's not the right, maybe it's not the right tone for what I'm going to talk about that, but we'll talk about it next season. But yeah, I'll tell you after this. I think you know already.
Probably do.
Yeah. But yeah, so it's been through therapy myself, so I know how much it helps just to know that you don't have to bottle stuff up anymore. So to be able to offload that off your shoulders and breathe is such a good experience.
I mean, that was the overwhelming thing that happened to me with like therapy. I didn't realize that I was such a closed book, and I didn't realize that people saw me that way. I thought I was really open. Turns out I wasn't, and that was honestly the fundamental reason why my relationship broke down. And that was one of the hardest lessons I had to learn.
I'd probably say it's the reason my relationship's broken down as well. It's my inability to communicate sometimes.
Absolutely.
Because I shut off with certain things.
Yeah, same. And now, I think I'm so much better at opening up to people. And even Jordan was saying the other day, like, he's like, the amount you changed this year and growing is just amazing. And I got it, loads at work as well and stuff. So I'm really proud and really happy with that. But yeah.
And exercise as well. You mentioned earlier on, between counselling and exercise, the two foundations of being a happy person.
Yeah.
So that's your brain and your body. And I think that's a really good way to look at it. Because I am my happiest after a workout. And that's why I think, because I'm not going to the gym as much, I feel so shit all the time. I know it's people are like, well, just go to the gym all the free time. It's like, I'm not motivated at the minute. It's just, well, I am a bit more motivated. This amazing CrossFit competition just happened the weekend. I was watching it online. It was really good.
Just wanking.
Boys and girls. You don't.
You looked at the boys.
I watched actually more girls events than boys, because the girls came on
You're
first.
trying to prove a point to yourself, to me, so you can say it.
No, this is your problem.
What is my problem, bitch? Tell me
you're
my
not
problem
willing
is.
to listen to what I'm saying.
I'm not listening to what you are saying.
Anyway, coming up to the end, do you have any final thoughts for the year or anything looking forward to? I just want to say to you and to everyone, thank you very much for contributing to such a wonderful year. Oh.
This podcast has formed part of therapy for me. Now I've opened up a lot.
Yeah.
And there's been situations, especially in the middle of the year, where I really struggled, and being able to open up to you and to others about a lot of situations has really, really helped me.
Yeah.
And we've always said about this podcast, maybe something will come of it, maybe nothing will, but it really does. I think it's formed a part of my life for sure.
Yeah.
And I look forward to continue doing it.
Yeah, me too. I literally was going to say, like, as a final thought, it's, even though we're recording the podcast right now, this podcast is a staple in my week. And I know I'm looking forward to the time off, but I'm only looking forward to the time off so I can recharge and come back for season 3 with new ideas, new thoughts. So yeah, I want to thank you for being my BFF, one of my friends, and investing your time into this with me.
It's been my pleasure.
That's good. I also want to obviously thank our amazing listeners who week on week support us and listen and give feedback when they do. And
I love it. Even at the party yesterday, like, people just talking about it to us, about the to me and stuff. And it's so much fun. It's so nice. They talk about the issues. I forget everything now. I forget everything. I've got such a terrible memory. And they'll be like, oh, because they listened to an episode 3 weeks ago, and they'll be like, oh, just did it. And I'm like, I have no idea.
People are messaging saying, oh, I listened to episode 7, you talked about this. And I'm like, man, I can't remember that.
Not a clue. The thing is, but it's still good though.
If you give me a trigger, I'll probably remember it. But yeah, it is good. And we get so much feedback. Well, no, we don't get that much feedback.
No.
But I wish people give us more. Because, like, again, somebody at the weekend, the guy, I said earlier on that he thinks it's great that we talk so openly about mental health. He was just like, it's just such an impressive thing that you guys do week on week. And I'm like, you guys should be really proud. I'm like, do you know what? I am really proud of it. Like, we always said, like, is it going to go anywhere? Is it not? It's like, I don't care. I like doing it every week, and I'm just so grateful that people out there like listening to it every week.
And just remember to buy our merch.
We don't have any.
We don't have any merch.
No, maybe one day, maybe. But yeah, well, everyone, this is going to come out on Thursday the 19th. So have a great Christmas.
Have a lovely Christmas and a wonderful New Year.
Yeah.
Make many mistakes.
Make many goals. I would say, like, I'm going to focus now on goals for the year because I think they work. I love being goal orientated. This time last year, I remember saying, right, one of my big goals, move back to London. Another goal was going to be read as many books as I can. Well, read at least one book a month. I've now read 16 books this year, 15 maybe. So I'm ahead of that goal. Like, I like it. It gives me something to work towards.
I'm not really a goal-oriented person. I'm more like more like one thing. I'm like, okay, what am I doing next? You know,
maybe your goal should be make a list of things you want to achieve, and then you know what to work on.
No, I don't, that's what I'm saying. I don't want to do that.
But I think you should.
No, I don't want a list of goals.
Why not?
I don't need a list of goals.
I need a reminder. You see.
I need to know what my next job is. Like, what's the next thing I'm going to be working on? One of which is, or a few things. One of which is trying to figure out why I'm obsessed with people. The other one is how am I going to give more of my time away to others. The other one was maybe they are goals.
Yeah,
they sound like goals.
You're listening goals,
but they're not like by the end of the year. They're more like, okay, what are the things I'm actively doing? Should I say?
Yeah,
they're like my work-ons.
Yeah,
is what I mean.
Yeah,
and a six-pack.
Well,
I'm getting a six-pack next year.
Of course you are. Of course you are. It's positive.
How dare you? I'm not. That's unrealistic though.
Well, have a lovely Christmas. Have a great New Year. Make goals. Enjoy your time off. We will catch you again. February. Yeah. Thanks, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye.